Listen, we're here to help you, and we're not here to try to arrest you. We don't want anyone to get in trouble for anything you're doing.
New tonight, a Target 8 investigation into changing tactics by West Michigan police. Tragic and violent is the most frequent outcome from confrontations between police officers and the people that they go to help in a mental health crisis.
Police officers in Kent County are now learning new ways to prevent the danger. Target 8 investigator Henry Erb is giving us an inside look.
Drivers on US 131 at Leonard were shocked when they looked up and saw a man crawling around this sign right over the freeway. State Trooper Evan Mize got the call.
You could tell this individual was in crisis.
The mentally ill man climbed down but was spoiling for a fight.
He was exhibiting signs of aggression towards us.
But the trooper had something else in mind.
Instead of going hands-on with that individual, we utilized the training and techniques that we've been taught in the crisis intervention training program.
This training, new in Kent County.
Do you have your friends at school?
Our cameras recorded cops practicing how to soothe risky confrontations as health workers and other cops played people in crisis.
You called the cops?
It's okay, Wesley,
Mom!
calm down.
Trooper Mize graduated from the first week-long class just the day before he encountered the troubled man on the freeway and was able to calm him down and get him to a hospital.
If I hadn't gone through that training, the situation could have ended a different way.
National estimates are that 1/4 to 1/2 of all police shootings involve mentally ill people, and that more than 100 cops have been killed in the last 8 years, clashing with people in crisis. We've all heard the tragically familiar stories from across the country. A call for police help with a family member in crisis, but there's a violent confrontation, and the police end up killing the one they've come to help. That happened in Kent County in January with the death of Jonathan Spear. In an email to Target 8, his father, David, says the family is still grieving and says that the crisis intervention training for police in Kent County is long overdue. The family has set up a memorial fund to help pay for the training.
Listen, we're here to help you, and we're not here to try to arrest you. We don't want anyone to get in trouble for anything you're doing.
No.
This kind of training started in Memphis, Tennessee 30 years ago when another police shooting of a mentally ill man stirred the community and the police to look for better methods. It's slowly spreading across the country and now into Kent County.
This training isn't going to stop or prevent every violent encounter. We just hope that it reduces the probability that's going to occur.
Rafael Diaz heads the group doing the training. He's a police lieutenant in Kalamazoo, where the Memphis model for de-escalating a crisis first landed in Michigan. Now he's going to other communities in the state to help train their officers. Mental health experts teach what mental illness looks like on the street.
See, so as soon as you came out of my peripheral vision, I was like, oh.
What's really a threat and what's just the sickness talking.
How old are you, Weston? I want to talk to you.
Weston, how old are you?
I don't want to talk.
Hey, can you have a seat for me?
The idea is that traditional take-charge police tactics that work with common criminals don't work very well with people having a mental health crisis.
For that person in crisis, it's everything is dangerous. Everything is terrifying. And so by changing some of our approaches, some of our mannerisms, some of our speech patterns, and some of our approaches, we might be able to get that person to calm down.
What's your favorite song?
See my mom.
Hey, what's your favorite song, Weston? What's your favorite song?
Yeah, I think so.
And less fearful means that our probability to be able to communicate goes up, and then our probability for violence goes down.
It's giving the police more tools to work with, and there's a lot more going on.
In Kent County, we're working to fundamentally redefine and equip our community to deal with mental health crises.
They're trying to plug gaps in the whole mental health system, such as the lack of a place for police to take people in crisis. The remedy is to create a 24-hour crisis center. Scott Gilman runs Network 180, the county mental health agency.
This is about keeping people out of jail who really don't need to be there and need health care.
For the first time, the healthcare and justice systems are tying their services together to increase the chance people will stay in treatment and avoid a crisis.
It is a huge change.
It's a very big deal.
East Grand Rapids Police Chief Mark Harrell says it started 2 years ago with police chiefs and the sheriff talking among themselves about crisis intervention training after 2 of his officers gave it glowing reviews. They started calling people in the courts, hospitals, and mental health system.
And once we got together in the same room, it just kind of took off, and everybody realized that we had to do something.
So far, 60 of the 900 police officers in Kent County have gone through crisis training. There's a promise of some state money to help develop Kent County as a mental health model for the rest of the state. But they're still looking for $8 million to build that locked crisis center, and they'll need more money to keep it going.
You also have to have the funding available to do it, and that's where we fell apart before.
I'm Targeted Investigator Henry Erb.